Hi everybody, I'm Paul Sidlansky, the founder of Lakeward Advisors. Welcome to episode 15 of The Build, our 24-part video series where we talk about what it's like to be a client of Lakeward Advisors, and we take you through from start to finish our planning process. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the 5 most common estate planning mistakes that we see parents make. Jumping right into it, number 1, naming your minor children as beneficiaries. So accounts like 401ks, IRAs, even some bank accounts can have a designation of a beneficiary. You do not generally want to name your children who are minors as beneficiaries because they are not allowed to have assets until they're of age. So mistake number 1, don't name your minor children as beneficiaries. The second mistake that we see parents make are forgetting to name guardians for your children. So having a will is a great start, but you need to make sure that you pick guardians and don't assume that if left up to your family that parents, grandparents, cousins, brothers and sisters can figure it out. Make sure that if you have minor children, you specifically name who those guardians are going to be, and also you need to have backup guardians in case something happens to those primary guardians. The backups are just as important. So, second mistake you want to avoid is forgetting to name guardians in your will of your minor children. The third mistake we see is parents just thinking that having a will on its own is enough. Remember that a will dictate how money is divided and assets between your children. However, it doesn't put any stipulations on how those assets are used or when they're given. A child who is of age, so 18 or 21, depending on the state you're in, will receive all those assets at once. So while a will does dictate who gets what, it doesn't put any parameters around how that money is used or when it's actually given. The fourth mistake we see is not protecting your child's inheritance. This can be done through multiple different types of trust structures. Trusts allow you to dictate how assets are used and when assets are going to be delivered to your child. So again, fourth issue we see is not protecting or putting guardrails around the inheritance your children may receive. The fifth and final mistake we see is really just not having a plan at all. We know this is a terrible topic to think about and to consider, but waiting and not having anything in place is the worst thing you can do, and it's a disservice to your family. So the most important thing you can do is get started. If you don't have any type of estate plan in place, a will, power of attorney, healthcare proxy, trust document, start today. Reach out to a lawyer, ask a friend who may have done this already, how they did it. Get started today. There's too much left up to, and not having a plan will make a difficult time in your family's life even worse. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode where we talk about some estate planning tips that you can use in order to protect and help your aging parents.